And we are live. Welcome for this weekly live stream on the latest and greatest news in Ethereum and DeFi. For those who don't know me, I'm Julian, your host, and on EtherBlocks, I teach blockchain development. Hi, everybody in the chat. We have Launch, we have Salvatore, THX, Ciao, Pizza Bella, Jim Rob, George Kenichi. Hi, everybody. So, first quick announcement for those who are new here. If you want to learn how you can become a professional blockchain development, follow this free training. This is a series of email that's going to give you some very useful tip that's going to save you a lot of trouble. And second, this week we are going to vote for the second project of ETB. So this time we are introducing staking on the ETB token. If you never heard of the ETB token, this is the token of the EtherBlocks community. And so we are doing a series of hackathon where we build project together. And so this week we are finishing this project of staking, and Friday at 11 p.m. UTC plus 8 we are going to vote on the best implementation for the staking project. So if you are interested in participating, you can check out this README in the GitHub of EtherBlocks. All right, so next we are going to continue with the price of Ether. So this week, after reaching a new high of 3,300 something, we came down a little bit, but still we remain in a high range. So no panic, we are still above 3,000. So overall, everything looks good. In terms of gas fees, the gas fees are spiking again because the Ethereum network has a high usage currently. And we had some interesting data about the London fork that happened a couple of weeks ago, where we changed the way that we calculate gas fee on Ethereum with EIP 1559. And since then, the network has burned 100,000 Ether out of a supply of 110 million roughly. And it's been only for 3 weeks. So if we extrapolate this data to 1 year, it would mean a yearly burn rate of 1.5% of the total Ether supply. But that doesn't mean Ether has become a deflationary asset yet, because there is still some new Ether being issued at the moment, and we still have more Ether that is issued compared to Ether that is being burnt. And on this topic, so that leads us to the next news. So there was this really insightful thread on Twitter that I wanted to share with you. So for the first time, daily issuance of Ether was lower than daily issuance for Bitcoin. Here we can see it on this graph. So very, very historical moment. And after another interesting data point is that for a couple of hours, Ethereum has actually become deflationary because the burn rate was higher than the issuance rate. So it was just for a brief amount of time, but still it happened. And so because we have this change in the issuance of Ether, actually we might have more Ether that will be burned. This will also change the way that investor will value Ether. And here, one very important data point is that despite having 10 times higher fees, Ethereum continued to be priced at 40% of Bitcoin. So you can make an analogy with stocks. With stocks, to value stocks, we have a ratio which is called earning per share. And when earning per share is high, that means that the company earns a lot of money compared to the price of the share. So that means the stock is cheaper compared to earning per share that are lower for other stock. And so that means that for crypto, the earning per share of Ethereum is way higher than for Bitcoin. So in other words, Ethereum is undervalued, Bitcoin is overvalued relatively. And this is with some really tangible data. You know, it's not like some I'm not doing like some not like throwing out some unjustified comment here. This is some really hard data point. And Another interesting metrics is that on Ethereum we have 5 times the number of transactions compared to Bitcoin, but still the valuation is lower. And finally, in terms of adoption, Ethereum has over 20 million more addresses holding Ether. And you can see that the flippening happened somewhere. I think that was during the 2019. So you see that was a while ago already. So just a reminder that Ethereum is still undervalued compared to Bitcoin. Next, we're gonna continue with this new tool of Etherscan. So Etherscan introduced a transaction decoder. So now you can go to any transaction and you can know a few details like what were the emitted events, the difference of the state, and an execution trace. So it's basically like a sort of built-in debugger into Etherscan. Very convenient. Next, we have some update for ENS. So ENS, Ethereum Name Service. This is a service of Ethereum that allow you to map basically an address. So for example, yourname.eth, you can map this to an Ethereum address. For example, eattheblocks has an address that's eattheblocks.eth, and that's very convenient for merchant, because for users it's much easier to manipulate that kind of string of character compared to an address. And so now it's possible to create an ENS if you have a domain name. So for example, if you own the domain name here example.com, then you will be able to register on ENS example.com. So I don't know exactly how they make sure that you are the one who control the ownership, I guess. So this is done largely off-chain, where probably they generate a random string, and maybe you need to add this string to one of your records on your DNS, and that way they can verify that you are the actual owner. But that's very cool. That's going to be a big improvement for the user experience for all the crypto merchant. And next news, so there is this tool impersonator. So this allows you to log into any DApp by impersonating any Ethereum address. And why you would do this? Well, sometimes some DApp don't work well if you don't have their token, or if you don't have enough any liquidity in your address, and you can't even try out the interface. So with this, you can just pick the address of a whale, and you can use any interface. Of course, you cannot impersonate the private key, so it's just in read-only mode. But this can be very convenient. Next, we have this new Ethereum node, Sterum, that is geared to end users. And so it allows you to run an Ethereum beacon node, but it adds a GUI. So you have a graphical interface instead of having a command line that is not always very user-friendly. Next, some news from MetaMask, which is thinking of creating its own crypto token. So they are still discussing internally what kind of use case the crypto token will have, but it's on the map apparently. Then we have some news from Layer 2, from Optimism, which is one of the leading Layer 2 solution for Ethereum. And so they have a token bridge. So far, you could only transfer asset between Ethereum to Optimism for a restricted list of token, but now you can transfer any token. Then we have this new project, Hope Protocol, that allow you to easily basically transfer your asset across Layer 2 and also across between Ethereum and Layer 2s. So this is called the Hop Protocol, and it's going to be a big improvement for the user experience for the L2. Okay, so next there is a new dashboard to analyze what's going on Layer 2. So this is called L2 Bit. So it's basically like DeFi Pulse, but for Layer 2. And here you can see the different market cap for the different projects that are deployed on Layer 2. So here DYDX, even though on Ethereum DYDX is far from being the first, but DYDX was one of the first projects to be deployed on Layer 2. So logically this is the number one. And yeah, so here you can measure the importance of the different project deployed on layer 2. Then we're gonna continue with the news of DeFi. So here the market cap of DeFi, we're still going up. So here you can see this blip on the chart. I guess this is a technical error because that doesn't make sense. But yeah, $82 billion, we are getting closer to $100 billion. Actually, in terms of, let me see, if we change the scale here, the time to 1 year, the absolute record was how much? Like 87 something. Yeah, I mean, we are very close to breaking the absolute record for DeFi, for total value locked in DeFi. In terms of the ranking for DeFi projects, so Aave is still number one, DApp, Curve Finance, Uniswap, still used to be number one, still far below. SushiSwap, still below Uniswap. So not a lot of change here in the ranking. Then DeFi Station, which is basically DeFi Pulse but for Binance Smart Chain. And here total value locked keep going up, but this is not as spectacular as for Ethereum. Then we're gonna check the top DeFi coins. So let me see the ranking here. So first we have the coin of Deriva DAO, and so they are hinting at, so the Deriva DAO, it's going to launch its own DEX. It's going to be called Deriva DEX, and so they made an announcement. So that's why their token jump like crazy. Then we have a Radium, so Radium plus 55%. Then Coin 98, so plus 50% almost. So they are live on Binance Futures, and there were various airdrops. So a lot of news for this coin this week. Then we have the coin of Gnosis, the prediction market, plus 35%. That's because they announced their listing on Binance. Then in terms of losers, so not a quick swap, one of the leading swap on Polygon, minus 20%, SushiSwap, not a good week, but in general, we didn't have as many losers. Alright, so next let's check out crypto fee, the ranking of blockchain and project according to the fees they earn. So Ethereum, which is far above all the other project, with $35 million earned in 1 day. So way ahead of Binance Smart Chain, more than 10 times more than Binance Smart Chain. Uniswap, so a single protocol that is earning almost as much as Binance Smart Chain, and here you can see all the following protocol, all on Ethereum. Uniswap, Aave, SushiSwap, Compound, all on Ethereum. Bitcoin, which is far below. So here you can see a single protocol of Ethereum, Compound, making more money than the entire Bitcoin network. And here QuickSwap, the top DEX on Polygon, which is actually 25% of Bitcoin in terms of fees. It's pretty impressive. And here Cardano, which is still far below. Optimism, which is just an L2 on Ethereum, almost at the level of Cardano. Alright, so next we're gonna move on to the news for individual DeFi project, and we're gonna start with Lyra. So Lyra is a new protocol launched on Ethereum Optimism, and that's an option protocol. That's the first project that is built natively for Optimism. That's a trend. We're gonna see more and more of this project which launched directly on layer 2, not even on Ethereum L1, first directly on L2. Next, there was this tweet of Dan Robinson, who basically built a tool to help us visualize the different parameters of Uniswap. So that's very interesting to understand how the different parameters move together with Uniswap. Then we have some news from Aave. So they published an article where they explain what are their plans for cross-chain governance, because now Aave is deployed on several blockchains. So they deploy on Ethereum, but also on the various L2 chain. And so the question then is how do we manage the update, for example, on one of these L2? Is it the same rule as for L1? So they explain how they're going to do it here, and this is the first time I see this kind of question being asked, but that's very, very important. And also open sourcing some of their front end, so it can be useful if you want to create a fork of Aave. Then we have some news from OpenSwap that just raised $1.5 million. So this is an interchain DeFi hub and a liquidity booster for trader, and just raised money. Then we have some news from a SushiSwap that have just paid a huge bounty of $1 million to a security researcher in Ethereum that helped them to uncover a big bug and as well as show them how to fix the bug. So $1 million for this security researcher. I mean, that really shows you the power of knowing Solidity and being good in security. Like the kind of money you can make is just absolutely insane. Okay, so next we have some news from Cream Finance that was hacked. So Cream Finance, this is a lending protocol on Binance Smart Chain, and they lost $90 million in a flash loan attack. Then we're gonna continue with the news on NFT, and so it was another great week for the NFT price. So here you can see that it's really going to the roof in terms of secondary prices, and in terms of statistics. So yes, now every week there is this summary from the blogs called NFT Wrap, and the big news of the week is that as we are closing the month of August, OpenSea reached $2 billion in trading volume for this month. It's way more than anything they've done before. Also recently they've raised a huge amount of money. I think that was $150 million. So I mean, this month of August has been absolutely phenomenal for OpenSea. They are clearly emerging as basically the Coinbase of NFT. Next, we are going to continue with news on Loopring. So, which is a decentralized exchange that has built its own layer 2 solution based on zero knowledge rollup, and so now they announced that they are supporting NFT minting, trading, and transferring directly on L2. Both ERC 1155 and ERC 721 will be supported. So Loopring, it's been one of these really cool projects that kind of stayed under the radar so far, but I think they really have a lot of potential, and basically they are one of the only protocol currently that has a working deployment on a zero knowledge technology. So we do have some other zero knowledge network that are being built on Ethereum, but these are network that are built for any application, whereas Loopring has built its own zero knowledge network, but only for themselves. So it's a little bit more simple. That's why they were able to deploy it before. But currently they have a huge advantage compared to a lot of DEX, because zero knowledge, really, this is the ultimate solution for L2 network. So maybe Loopring is going to have a lot of traction with this new NFT feature. Next, we have some news from Project Galaxy, which is a blockchain API. So they partner with a lot of other projects: Tenderly, Alchemy, Polygon, Gitcoin, Anchor, etc. To offer a collection of NFT to 100,000 eligible blockchain developer, and they say that in total there will be $300 million in prize, which seems absolutely insane. So in order to get one of these NFT, you need to perform some action, deploy a smart contract, that kind of thing. So that's super cool, very super cool. By the way, I'm giving you a spoiler, guys, but probably that on one of the next project for the ETB token will be to build an NFT collection. So yeah, this is gonna be super exciting. And but yeah, I will give you more info after. All right. So then we have a tweet of the head of YouTube Gaming that said that he's super bullish on NFT. So does it mean that YouTube is going to introduce NFT for its creator? Maybe, but YouTube hasn't really shown in the past that they're too much in favor of decentralization. So if they give some NFT, but it's on their own network, it won't be worth too much. Anyway, it's good that at least they are paying attention. Then we have some news from a Budweiser, so the beer manufacturer that bought its domain for Ether, its ENS domain, beer.eth, for $100,000. So that make me think that actually there are probably a lot of opportunities for name squatting for Ethereum name service, but I mean it's been done already probably. All right, so next we're gonna continue with a big sale of NFT this week. So this is called Ether Rock, and this was sold for $1.3 million. I mean, when you see this, you're like, how the hell I couldn't think about this? It just seems so simple. Then we have some news from PayPal that is basically launching the ability to buy, hold, and sell crypto in the UK. So previously it was just in the US, and so they are slowly rolling out to other countries as well. Then we have some news from El Salvador. So the government is going to be installing 200 Bitcoin ATM and 50 financial branches across the country to allow their citizens to convert crypto into US dollar and withdraw it in cash. So El Salvador, which recently decided to make Bitcoin a legal tender, very pro crypto, and that's very refreshing in an environment where we hear a lot of governments going against crypto. I mean, we can see that not all governments are aligned, and that's a very good thing. In South America, another country, Cuba, also very bullish on crypto. So Cuba is planning to regulate cryptocurrency, and they're planning to grant a license to service provider. So that's good. It means that they don't reject totally crypto. They are okay with it as long as it's regulated. Then we have some news from Microsoft that just got a patent for a token creation service. So I guess with this patent, they're probably targeting enterprise user. That's probably not going to be for public chain. Then we have some news from Genesis Mining, which is a big miner in the crypto industry that won a case in China because it was related to the GPU crypto miner. So they had a legal victory from the Supreme Court of China. So I'm just super surprised they were able to argue their case. I mean, I thought that was pretty much a done deal. But it doesn't really change the fact that mining is going out of China. Then we have some news from Coinbase that just appointed a new marketing officer. And so this marketing officer used to work at Facebook and has a very long experience before that. So Coinbase, which is going very strong for the hire at the moment, because of course they just raised $100 billion, so they have a lot of money to spend. Then we're gonna continue with all the blockchain, and so we have some news from Cardano. So Cardano, which is about to launch the smart contract feature in September, and so they are also launching a tool to convert ERC20 token from Ethereum to Cardano. So of course they are doing everything they can to get a lot of liquidity. Then I have some news from Solana, which is going to launch a new so there's going to be this new project on Solana of data oracle. This is called the PIF network. So I understand this is basically a sort of Chainlink, but for Solana that is making a lot of noise at the moment. Okay, and last news, so we have this new extension for VS Code that allow you to get the tools of Remix but in VS Code. Okay, so next we are going to do the Q&A, but before, very briefly, if you are new here and you want to become a professional blockchain developer, register for this free training to receive a series of free advice. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to make you save a lot of time. And finally, so this Friday at 11 p.m. UTC+8, we are going to vote for the second ETB project. So this is the end of the second project where we are building a staking application for the ETB token, and we're going to vote for the winner of the hackathon. All right, so let me go in the chat and see what we have here. So we have Ho Chi, hello from Hong Kong. Hame, what's up? Chipo Molefe, hi guys. Descola, hello here. My money, hi everyone. Marcos Benatti, since 2020, you not create new course or project inside the blogs platform. Only those video on YouTube. No, there were some new courses. So there were like a lot of live training. I think we do have something like eight live training, something like this. So yeah, check out what we have, and we have a lot of new stuff coming. We are working on a course on Solana, a course on Cardano. I mean, this is coming from every direction. So no, we do have a lot of new courses. Bosco, hello, good evening from HK. Hey man, Seven Leaf. Hey Julian, thanks for this talk. Crypto Michael, morning. Victor Joseph, good morning from Sedona, Arizona. Synapse, morning. Seven Leaf, we need the Eat the Blocks community. It exists. There is a Facebook group. You can find the link in the header of the channel. Abracadabra, question for Julian. Your thought about Polka Swap and Ceres token? Okay, well, I didn't look at these two projects. Dan Biton, hi. Asubi Jotaka, hi Julian. Do you think Polygon native token has the potential to rise as ETH $1,000? I think it has the potential to rise a lot. So I think in terms of market cap, it has the potential to at least catch up with the market cap of Binance Smart Chain. So you can make your calculation to see what would be the price if it catch up with Binance Smart Chain. But yeah, we do have a lot of potential. Grand Capo, hi Julian, planning to get a new laptop. Which OS would you suggest for blockchain development? I was planning to buy a MacBook Pro, but I know the iPhones block some DApp browser. So I mean, this is not. So if you buy a MacBook Pro, this is not the same OS as on iPhone first. And so I would say probably you should wait until there is the new M1X or M2. So this is the next iteration of their new chip, and supposedly this is coming out sometime in the fall. So yeah, I would wait for this to come out, and yes, because apparently these new chips are just blazing fast. This is absolutely insane. Patrice Tisserand, hi Julian, what do you think of consensus Ethereum developer certification? I don't have a strong opinion about this. I would just say that I don't recommend to focus too much on the certification in general. I would recommend to focus on your skill, focus on things that you can demonstrate, and this is really the most important. And after that, you'll find a job easily if you can demonstrate that you have the skills. Abracadabra. Of course, Polygon can't reach the level of ETH, dude. Oh yeah, I mean Polygon reaching the market cap of Ethereum. No, yeah, that's difficult, but can definitely reach the market cap of Binance Smart Chain. Adisokan, Celo. Okay, well, I haven't done a lot of research on that. Mur, what do you think of Matic? Yeah, already gave my feedback on that. Abracadabra said Polka Swap is on fire. Okay, I have to check this out. Byron, when is the Binance Smart Chain Flash Loan update? We're still working on it. So the code, the code is already ready in the repo, but yeah, we're still working on the video. Asubi, Abracadabra, Budweiser from USA or the original from Czech Republic? I don't know. Synapse. I got a new M1 MacBook Pro and it's mostly cool, but there is a few updated library I cannot use. Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to be too fast and buy the M1. I wanted to wait for the second iteration. Okay, so then what do we have? So Synapse is saying everything like truffle, hard VS Code I've used with no problem. So yeah, this is in reference to the discussion about a blockchain development on M1. GSJ, hey Julian, I hope all is well. What is your thought on NFT marketplaces? My thought are pretty simple. This is OpenSea is exploding at the moment, and all the other one are far after this. But as builders, that's really exciting because that means if you want to launch your own NFT marketplace, I mean, this is the time, this is the moment. GSJ that is saying, what up, Eat the Blanks gang? Yeah, what up? Van, Pulse Chain thoughts. I don't think much of Pulse Chain. Abracadabra, this hype of NFT will ruin a lot of people. I mean, you gotta be careful, that's for sure. Last resort, what do you think about algorithmic trading software for crypto? I haven't had the chance to use any, I mean, a professional professional bot, but I would say be careful because you can definitely lose a lot of money. So yeah, be careful. Spin Boy, thanks again for a terrific summary. You're now Mercy every Monday morning. Abracadabra. CM Tamda, hey Julian, can I use the final merge of the flash loan or arbitrage bot? Not sure. I think we still have some commit. Custom Soaks, bloody brilliant update, Julian. Thanks for doing this. Thanks. THX, thought on weird wealth NFTs. No, is it an NFT collection or you just asking me about wealth on NFTs? I don't know what to say here. Toshi, Bosco, please accept me into the ETB community when you have time. Yeah, I do this every Sunday normally, but I forgot. I will do it today. Avery Lam, what's your opinion on Eden Network and what they are doing with MEV Flashbot? I don't know this network. Kevin, can we get a Discord and not Facebook? So there is already a Discord community, but these are for the students of for the students of my course. Okay, so Vivek, hi Julian. Any way to reduce the gas pricing? You can check out Flashbots. You can also try to wait for the right time in the day. So usually I've noticed when Asia is sleeping, the gas price are a little bit better. And otherwise, if you can use the same protocol but on L2, on Polygon or Optimism, then you're gonna save gas as well. Godnon da Silva, please make a Discord group. Custom Socks, best place to buy ETB for liquidity on PancakeSwap. Yeah, well, it's all we have now. Maybe at some point I will add some liquidity, but yeah, now there is just one pool on PancakeSwap. Vivek, listing NFT and withdrawal fee too much pricey. Toshi, is NFT boom traffic another ICO bubble? It's probably So NFT, there will be probably an initial bubble, but I do believe in the long-term potential of NFT. That's for sure. Synapse, do you accept BAT as tips, Julian? Yeah, I mean, anything you want to give as tips, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Bull, hi, Julian. Have you heard of GraphLink? What do you think about this project? So I know about the Graph, but GraphLink, no, I don't know. The Control Blue, hello. Chris, hello. I found bugged BTC exchanger. I don't know what you mean. Toshi, why does sign JPEG have so much importance? Yeah, I mean, it's it's very subjective, but I think you can go back in time, and in the 15th century when people started to when rich merchants started to sponsor artists and buy the first painting, and at that time that was crazy too. Like, why would someone pay so much money for this just a stroke of brush? I mean, that also, I'm pretty sure at that time it also seems crazy. So it's just times change. It's like it's just a new form of art, a new form to have. We can now create digital scarcity very, very easily, and for a lot of people it represents ownership, and ownership is valuable. So yeah, that's it's very subjective, really. I would understand why you think it's bullshit, but I also understand people who think this is very real. And personally, I think this is very real. It's like we are entering a new paradigm with NFTs. I don't think this is just a short-term bubble. What we have, Bosco, thanks, Julian, you are the best. Thanks, man. The Control Blue, what would you recommend as a go-to start to DeFi, to become a blockchain DeFi developer? So first you need to know the basics of blockchain development, and then you can check out my course on DeFi. It's called DeFi Mastery, so you will find the link in the description. Artem, can you recommend any learning video course for how to write staking smart contract on Solidity? So this is part of the course on DeFi as well. GSJ, hey Julian, another question. Would you say that cross-chain services between pools are particularly vulnerable, and once fixed, good for investment and also to develop cross-chain? Yeah, so the problem of a lot of cross-chain projects is that they are centralized. So that leaves a big vulnerability, and also in terms of investment, that's very risky because this is a new technology. So very needed, but also very risky. Catherine, your thought on clean NFT on Tezos? I didn't have the chance to check the ecosystem there. Vivek, I have started learning Solidity. Awesome. NFTs and game. Quería saber inglés. Okay, so okay, let me try to remember my Spanish. You want to know how to speak English, right? Is what you say? Yeah, man. I mean, like for technical stuff, for blockchain, like this is all in English. So you have to get on the train. Godnod, where did you learn blockchain dev? Love your videos. Thanks. Well, I when I learned blockchain, it was in 2017, and then there wasn't a lot of material at that time. So I did how I could. There were like some articles or here and there, yeah, I did like I could. I think at that time there was this other YouTuber that did a few videos on Solidity. What was the name of this guy? He was really good, and then he stopped. If this guy had continued, he would have been the first channel on blockchain development. But I forgot his name. Maybe some of you guys remember back in 2017. But yeah, there was this guy who was really great, and then he stopped. But anyway, now you have Eat the Blocks. So Bosco, what is your view about DeFi exchange future? What will be sustainable enough to challenge traditional financial ecosystem? So there will be two think a lot of them will migrate to L2. Then you'll have direct on-ramp from fiat to L2. So this will be absolutely huge. And what else? What else? And the liquidity wars is going to continue with more and more innovation. We're going to see new algorithm with less and less slippage, and it's going to become so good that a lot of liquidity is going to move from centralized exchange to decentralized exchange, because the liquidity will be better, the slippage will be better, and maybe the only thing that will be really difficult to beat is the speed of centralized exchange. But apart from that, the future is bright. Catering saying Ivan on tech. No, it wasn't the one I was. No. Okay. I know. No, it was this guy. He was called Will It Scale? Yeah, Will It Scale? And he was so good, and he did like maybe 30 video, and then he stopped. Yeah. Next question, Toshi. I'm doing some research at embezzlement on crypto, primarily NFT space. Wow, embezzlement. So you mean fraud in the NFT space? Okay, it's first time I hear about this. GSJ, Chainlink is the go-to oracle for all DeFi. Yeah, yes, it is. Fontatian, can you explain how centralized exchange work? Wow, that's a tough question. So, I mean, maybe that could be the topic of a full video, but basically in a centralized exchange, you have something which is called the order book. So you have a list of all the buy limit order, another list with all the sell limit order, and every time there is a market order, so that's an order where basically you are willing to buy or sell at any price. This order is matched either against the buy limit order or the sell limit order. This is matched by using what we call the price time algorithm, and it's basically you're trying to match this order against the best price until you have executed all the amount of the order. So that's in a very simplified way how it works. Okay. I think we are at the end of the question here. So that was great tonight. Many people, I mean, I can feel like there is some energy now because the NFT wave is here, and I can feel like this surge of energy. So that's great. And keep building and it's the right time to build on NFT right now. So another question, Bosco. There is a recent research paper talking about replacing AMM pricing model with time-weighted average model in order to tackle the big price slippage of DeFi exchange. It's interesting to read. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. All right, guys. So I think this time this is it. Thanks everybody for coming, and don't forget, Friday we are going to do the vote for the second project based on the ETB token. And so it's gonna be Friday, 11 p.m. UTC +8. All right, have a great week, everybody, and I will see you soon on Eat the Blocks. Bye, everybody.